got 5 blunts of piff, I had the plan made. Cop a pretty ass V so I can stunt when I switch lanes. Still a flip a brick of that cocaine, but I can hit the booth and spit a couple of raw things. Speak that lingo. Yeah, I'm cocky as fuck. Remember a nigga was stuck, and niggas ain't off for a buck. I was fucked up. Shit changed, me and Jim in the Lambo. My badass bitch smoking weed in the bamboo. Eastside, but she got love for me. The Goonies gon' ride and they bust slugs for me. Big homie in the truck with the seat back. Hit the little homies in the hood with the G-Pack. Getting wop, hungry trying to get my money up. I shoot a dummy up, trying to fill my tummy up. Pot the top, and Cabo once became heaven sent. Cause I was running the hood, gun hella bent. I was brazy with it, banging out every other week. D's rushing my crib, but nigga couldn't sleep.
Another episode of Maximilian. This is going to be my top 20 fragrances in my collection. We're going to have one more video after this. It's going to be the top 5 grooming products I sampled in 2014, but this is the best of the best. These are in my collection of 440 bottles. My favorite 10 niche and my favorite 10 designer, and we'll do this again in a year and see if anything has changed. So let's do the designers first and then we'll do the niche. I decided to break it up designer niche just because I didn't think it was fair to put them all in the same boat. So I have 2 sort of not honorable mentions, but just 2 fragrances I'd like to talk about in each category before we do the 10. So we're going to start with 10 designers, and I want to talk about 2 fragrances really quickly that I recently purchased, very recently, and I could see them cracking this top 10 possibly next year. I need some more time with them. The first one is a fragrance called Casual Friday by Escada. And if you're a fan of my sample shopping videos, you know that I did sample this a couple months back, and I really enjoyed it. It's sort of a chocolatey, cedary licorice scent. I'm a big fan of licorice. It's a Dominique Ropion creation, one of my favorite perfumers, and it's just excellent. And I always wanted this scent, but I didn't want to pay the money that it fetches on places like eBay. I did find it at an old pharmacy that was sort of having a sale. And so I picked it up, and I am in love with Casual Friday. So that easily could crack the list next year. Another one that could crack the list, and as I said, this is another one I got from this pharmacy, and what they were basically doing is you buy one fragrance, you get another free. So I wound up buying 4, Paul Smith Story, which is discontinued, Casual Friday, which is discontinued, Cartier's Le Bassier de Dragon, which is Eau de Parfum, and this one. And this one is not really impressed me. I had never smelled this up until it was a blind buy. From the house of Hermes, this is their vintage equipage, and if you like tobacco and cloves, then this is the fragrance for you. It just opens up with a beautiful array of citrus, bergamot, and lemon, and then it goes into spicy tobacco. It's just really brilliant. I don't know if the reformulation lives up to this one, but this is one I could see cracking the top 10 as well. Vintage equipage by Hermes. So those are the 2 mentions I wanted to make. Now let's just do the top 10. So first up, there's going to be another scent in this video like this, but you could tell I had this for one summer, and the amount of juice gone is how much I used. I sprayed this liberally on myself 2, 3, 4 times a week coming out of the shower. I just think it's one of the best clean smelling fragrances there are. Number 10 is Mugler's cologne. Excellent fragrance. Does sort of smell like Irish Spring. If that's your thing, give it a look. Number 9 is what it might be the best Chanel. I mean, I like others, and there's another one on this list that's higher up, but man, in terms of just a great composition, this is when men's colognes were ballsy, and they weren't just about fresh and clean notes and trying to smell like the ocean. This has cinnamon in it. It's got oak moss. It kind of smells like a little bit of a toned down version of Bois d'Ile. Number 9 from the House of Chanel on my list is the Great Egoist. What a scent that is at number 9. Number 8 on the list, we're going right back to Chanel. This is my favorite Chanel scent. It's just everything right about this. It was in my top 10 purchase for this year in designer, so you probably know what it is. It's just, it ticks every single box in terms of price, performance, everything. Number 8 is Allure, the original. I like Edition Blanche, I like Eau Extreme, but I like this one the best. I just think Chanel really did a great job with that one. So that one is number, what is it, 7? 8, sorry. Number 7 is another one where you can see how much I've used. To me, this is the best Mugler scent. I like Pure Coffee, I like Pure Havane. Don't love the original. As I said, love Mugler Cologne, but this one, I blind bought this because so many reviewers liked it. And so as soon as it became available again on the Mugler website, I purchased it. And it, of course, is the very famous Pure Malt. Oh, what a beautiful, beautiful scent. Patchouli, coffee, whiskey, just mint. I think there is some peppermint in there. It's just unbelievable. It's a mind-blowing scent. If you've never checked that one out, you really need to. So at number 7, Pure Malt. Number 6, well, I told you we're coming back to that soapy theme, and this is, to me, the best soapy fragrance there is. I had a bottle of this before I had anything to do with Fragcom. I just realized the ingenious of this. So it's soapy, but what's really cool about this is there's a little bit of benzoin in it, and there's some iris. It's just an incredible fragrance from the House of Prada with a very simple and wonderful infusion dome. That is number 6. Yes, 6. Number 5, this is the first of a few on this list from this house. You know, call me crazy, but I think this could have been bottled as one of their private collection fragrances, and no one would have complained. It's just 3 notes here. You have bergamot, a very nice sort of balmy bergamot. You've got vetiver, a very rooty and earthy vetiver, and you've got just an endearing myrrh note from the House of Christian Dior. This is the Eau Sauvage, the Parfum edition. What an amazing fragrance this one is. Really a favorite for me. Number 4 on the list, this is, as of today, it changes quite often. You know, this is my favorite of the Dior Homme family. I love Sport. I love Intense. I have not been able to check out the Parfum yet. If anyone has a line in the Parfum, let me know, because I'd love to get a sample, or maybe just get a full bottle. But what a beautiful fragrance this is. I had the original formulation, 2 bottles of it actually that I went through, again, before I knew anything about Fragcom. And I don't really think personally that the reform is that much different. It's a little less potent, but it's pretty goddamn close. So at number 4, yeah, of course, the pick is Dior Homme. What an amazing fragrance. I don't have to say anything about this one. There's millions of reviews out there. I'm going to try to review it this year as well. Number 3 on the list is a discontinued scent, but again, just pure genius. I don't understand why Spice Bomb gets all the love. I think that Antidote should get some love as well. The best thing I can describe this to you guys as is a sort of fresh men's fougere with caramel notes in it. It's just incredible. I'm so happy I snagged myself a bottle. My number 3 favorite designer fragrance in my collection is Antidote. Number 2, this was number 1 this year in terms of my top 10 designer fragrances purchased. I do think it's unisex. I think anybody that doesn't is nuts, but to each their own. It's a chocolate floral. It's dark. It's aggressive. It's bold. It's unbelievably bold for a women's scent from the House of Tom Ford. Of course, it is Black Orchid. And then my number 1 designer scent in my collection. I mean, guys, come on. We know what it is, right? Really the fragrance that made me fall in love with fragrance. You know, Mark has his Le Male and Max has his Fahrenheit. And to me, Fahrenheit is the best designer fragrance of all time. I can't say enough about it. So there are your top 10 designers. Let's do the top 10 niche now. And what I want to do is just focus on 2 scents before we do the top 10 niche. by indie perfumers that really should be in the list because they're both incredible on their own merit. The first one, I've reviewed both of these. The first one is the incredible Memoirs of a Trespasser by Josh Meyer, Imaginary Authors. You know, the note breakdown: vanilla, guaiac, wood, myrrh, benzoin, ambrette seeds, and oak barrels. It's a boozy vanilla. It's absolutely to die for. If you like vanilla, you have to check out Memoirs of a Trespasser. And then the second is from Sarah McCartney and 4,160 Tuesdays. This one's the sexiest scent on the planet, in my humble opinion. And to me, this sort of reminds me a little bit of Tundra Madeline now that I think about it, but this one's a little different. It just smells like the best pound cake made at like a Daniel Boulard bakery, just hit with a little bit of lemon zest. It's really, really great. It doesn't get enough praise in the community, so definitely check this one out as well. So top 10 niche, let's get right into it. Number 10 on the list. Some people in the community don't like this one. I do. Obviously, it's my favorite from the house. I want to get my second from this house this year. There are a few contenders up there, the much esteemed Rose Kandahar being one. I think I'm going to wind up going with Lone Star Memories, but this one, you know, the theme was just being in a hotel in Morocco and having that desert air hit you, the jasmine, the incense, the bread and cookies baking in the bakery. Absolutely brilliant. I can't imagine my collection without L'air du Desert Marocain by the great Andy Tower. Number 9 on the list. I reviewed this. I gave it a 10 out of 10. It is my favorite freshie. I think I'm alone on that, and I'm okay with that. A lot of people think it smells like mint toothpaste, and I just don't agree. I think when this dries down, it turns into a beautiful gourmand with unbelievable vanilla notes. I totally regret not buying a full bottle. From the House of Frederick Malle, my number 9 pick is Geranium Pour Monsieur. Oh my god, unbelievable on a warm day or even a cold day, because that mint in this can be bracing. Number 9 on the list, I gotta tell you, this probably is my favorite from the Tom Ford Private Blend collection, but I'm gonna be getting Plum Japanois. If I don't have it, you know, by the time you see this, it's coming soon, because I think that one is almost as good, if not as good. But this one is just unbelievable. It's oud that I think anybody can and should love. I don't understand how you don't like this. If someone doesn't like oud, let them smell this. From the House of Tom Ford, more specifically their Private Blend line, this one is Oud Wood. That is my number 8 pick. Number 7 is this is just another one of those fragrances like Chanel Allure Homme. There's nothing spectacular about it, but it ticks all the boxes. Great presentation, great performance, everybody loves it. Everything that you can say good about a fragrance, I can say about this fragrance. The only thing that, you know, isn't great is it is expensive, but I think you get what you pay for, and you get unheralded quality when you purchase this fragrance from the House of Xerjoff. This one is called Oudin, and that is my number 7 pick. Yes, 7. Number 6, well, we're talking about ouds that are enjoyable by everyone. I have another one for you guys. Another fragrance I gave out a 10 out of 10 to. This is Italian oud. So you've got a beautiful citrus note in this from the house that knows how to do citrus. Yeah, this is pretty much my favorite fragrance centered on oud. Number 6 from the House of Acqua di Parma is just Acqua Colonia, Colonia di Intensa oud. Unbelievable oud fragrance, really great, classy, great for tuxedo, great for business people. You're not going to do much better than that one. That is number 6. Number 5 is my favorite suit and tie fragrance. Yeah, you know, this in all the collection, all my bottles, this is the one I most regret not just copping 100 ml. It was so foolish of me, because this is just unreal, and this is what I love about fragrance. The perfumer says, I'm going to make something smell like X, and he achieves it. And the X here was a tailor's workshop. The perfumer was Bertrand Duchau 4, and he nailed it, guys. He fucking nailed it. My 5th pick from the House of Penhaligon's. This is the great Sartorial. Number 4 on the list is And again, just a fragrance that I so adore. I can't imagine a collection without this. This does smell regal. It smells like something a king would wear. I get a little bit of oud, incense, and dried fruit, and some blackberry. You know what it is, guys. It is the absolutely masterful Bertrand du Chaufour does it again. This, of course, from the House of Amouage, is the Great Jubilation 25. Number 3, we're staying within the House of Amouage on this one. This is my favorite from the House of Amouage. Not sure if my next Amouage is going to be Beloved Man or Reflection Man, but it's going to be one of those. And both of those, to me, I like both of those a lot, but they can't hold a candle to Jubilation 25. And this guy, this is the unbelievable Interlude Man by the House of Amouage. If this is for the dandy, this one is for the gangster. Number 2 on the list is a fragrance I tried to get a long time. It was hard when I wanted it. It was just very hard to get anywhere, let alone in New York. I finally got it, and I really love this fragrance. You know, yes, there's hash, but it's also forest floor, coffee, chocolate, incense, anything dark and dreary and dreadful in a good way. If you can imagine it, I think it's in here. From the great team at Nasamano. Yeah, of course, guys. My number 2 pick is Black Afghano. If you've never tried Black Afghano, try Black Afghano. And my number 1 niche scent in my collection, $145. I have seen it discounted on FragranceNet now. I can't believe it. If you are watching my videos and you like my taste and you have not yet tried this, turn my videos off. We're not communicating right. This is, to me, the best niche fragrance that there is. And what I like about it is it's got that animalic side to it, which is very sexual, but that animalic side is restrained by the gourmand side. And the gourmand side, which could be very sort of sappy and hokey, is sort of edged on and given some bite by the animalic. So it's an animalic gourmand. It is meant to smell like the circus. The gourmand notes in here are candy apple and cotton candy, and the animalic notes in here are sort of like, I feel like almost horse stable and saddle leather, and it just blows my mind every time I smell it. I think it's the best blended and best composed fragrance of all time from the house of L'Artisan Parfumé. Of course, guys, this one is called Zing. So there you go, guys. My top 10 designer fragrances, my top 10 niche fragrances in my 420 plus bottle collection. You know, we'll be back next year. We're going to take a look at these same categories and see if anything has changed. Be interesting to see, right? All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. We're going to wrap up my best of series next week with my top 5 grooming products I bought in 2014, and then we'll be back to normal episodes. Of course, we've been having normal episodes while doing this because I just do it like that. Loved you guys, man, and you give me the drive to keep going. But we'll be back to regular next week. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. If there's a best of list you'd like to see me do, feel free.
Now lead the dirt up to the homies, and all the little niggas want clone me. Role model cause his car emblem is a pony. Young man, that's a grown ass horse. You all know me, Hugo, grown ass boss. The Jesus squeeze on him, leave a grown ass corpse. Still a few niggas wakes, I wanna walk through them small. Getting big eighth numbers from a walkthrough. The way out, I found it. But if I keep getting fly, tell me how the fuck I'm supposed to stay grounded. I ain't figured it out, so lawyers on retainer. Pockets on swole like I feed them weight gainers. Strainers full of residue, so is the jaws. Bad habits that make niggas fall in stars. I gotta keep focused, stay on my toes. So whether Grizzy or the kiddies, I'ma stay on the O's. I stay on these hoes, I lower men, I like mine.